Canada. Mark Carney also saying that in the ongoing trade war with the US, saying that Canada will win. He says that we never asked for this fight, as far as he was speaking on this issue, saying that but Canadians are always ready when someone else drops the gloves. And in this trade war, just like hockey and in soccer, we will win. So this is as far as what the Prime Minister of Canada has now been saying. As far as the trade war on Canada is also concerned, Srinjoy, it continues to call for the United States' northern neighbor to become the 51st state of the US. However, this position itself has infuriated the Canadians, including the tariff hike.
Yes, there are several things that Canadians are doing. First of all, this is regardless of what the government of Canada has said. They are boycotting American goods, like American whiskey or American holidays, things like that. The Canadians have said they would rather not do. If they had to go to for a holiday, they would rather go to a Caribbean island as opposed to, say, Florida. That's the kind of attitude that the Canadians are displaying. If they have to buy alcohol, they would rather buy French wine than bourbon whiskey. Now, all these things count. The point is that unlike Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister Carney is a proper economist. He understands economics. He has been governor of the Bank of England at that, and he knows how these things work. So he has made some clear points, and we will have to see how this battle between Canada, the trade war between Canada and America works out, because this can be potentially difficult for both sides. Because again, the problem of the Canadians having to spend more, the Americans having to spend more, and there is another problem here, which is potentially even more difficult. For instance, if it's a General Motors car, the car is made in America, but some of those parts that go into a car are made in Canada. So when you buy a General Motors car, at least some brands, some of those parts are made in Canada. So even for an American, so those parts may in the future have 25% duty or whatever it is.
Right.
So then 25%. The General Motors car for an American citizen will be more expensive.
Well,
so
that is what is being said as far as the 25% hike on tariffs on auto imports that have also taken effect now. And here is Mark Carney saying that Canada will match up to Trump's 25% auto tariffs with a tariff on vehicles imported from the United States of America.
In 9 days as government, before we called the election, we did more than Pierre Poilievre has imagined in all his decades. And I want you to think of what we could do together if the Liberal Party gets a strong, positive mandate from Canadians. We need that because we are facing the most significant crisis of our lifetimes because of President Trump's unjustified tariffs and his threats to our sovereignty. I like this room. It sounds, because I tried to channel some of that when I spoke to him last week. And I said I and we will reject any attempt to weaken Canada. We didn't ask for this fight, but Canadians are always ready when someone else drops the gloves. In this trade war, just like in hockey and in soccer, we will win.
Canadian elections are also due as far as making that election pitch as far as when it comes to what Mark Carney has been calling that unjustified tariffs that have now been imposed by the United States of America. Srinjoy, for the moment, thank you very much for getting connected with us.